Champions League, of course, qualifying stages is cranking up a notch, of course, as we enter the third qualifying round. Second legs, of course, who's going to get closer to those mega money group stages? Who's going to, of course, tumble down the European football ladder into the Europa League and maybe even the Conference League? We're going to give you the roundup with the results and picks coming at you next. That's right, folks. Bam's Gaming prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the UEFA Champions League second legs, of course, in the third qualifying round, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button and bang up today. All things Champions League related, Blabbing Rovers related, world football related, of course, including the World Cup. Big year this year for the World Cup. Make sure you come back for that later on in the calendar year. But right here, right now, we're talking about the Champions League qualifying. Who's going to get through to those mega money rounds? Who's going to tumble through down to, of course, the Conference League, the Europa League, all that kind of stuff. We're going to find out, of course, who's edging closer next. Big shout out to the VIPs, though, the Patreons, you know who you are. But anyway, let's jump in the deep end, of course, have a little look at what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Of course, it is the Champions Leagueos. These are the first legs for the third qualifying round. Who's in the upper hand? Who's got it all to do in the second legs? All right, folks, these are the games that we're talking about. Of course, these are the first legs. Of course, I'll bring you the second legs in just a second. So let's jump in the deep end with, of course, the first one, Sheriff. They did lose to Victoria Pilsen there. Bit of a surprise result there. Of course, Sheriff, the dark horses last season. Of course, they doesn't look like they're going to get there anywhere this time. I've got it all to do in the second legs. Ludogorets Razgrad, 2-1 loss to Dynamo Zagreb. I actually remember the 3-0 win for Ludogorets Razgrad. What was I thinking? Meanwhile, Monaco, they lost. They drew 1-1 in the end. I actually remember the 3-1 win for PSV Eindhoven. Meanwhile, I think I got this one right. Union St. Gilloise with a big 2-1 over Rangers, of course, from Belgium. Surprise on that one. Benfica, they smashed Midtjylland coming at you out of Denmark. I went with the 1-0 win for the visitors here. This doesn't look right for me, but anyway, we're going to go with it. Quadabag with, of course, a draw against Ferencváros. I actually remember the 3-0 win for Quadabag, but a Glimmet 5-0 win over Zalgiris. Of course, 1-0 win it was for me. Maccabi Tel Aviv with a big 4-0 win over Apple Limassol. Of course, comfortable win there for the Israelis. 3-0 win for me on that one. Kiev with a big 1-0 win over Sturm Graz, 2-1 win for me. And of course, Red Star Belgrade with a big 5-0 demolition over Punic. Of course, 3-0 for me. That sounds more like me on that one. That's, of course, the first legs. Of course, we've got the second legs coming at you in a second. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell as well for your non-stop coverage for the Champions Leagueos. Of course, these are the second legs. And they're going to come at you right here, right now. So let's jump in the deep end, of course, and have a look at the stats and figures that make up these games. We're going to go right in the deep end with, of course, Victoria Pilsen up against Sheriff Tiraspol. That's right. Coming at you last round, of course, it was a 2-1 win for Pilsen. They come to 67% form for them, just one defeat at the past 6. Up against Tiraspol side, also just one defeat at the past 6, and 58% form for them moving forward. Of course, 2-1 it was for Pilsen in Tiraspol last time around. And of course, the odds coming at you for this game, we have, of course, where are you? I bloody lost it there. 50-8 on is your Pilsen on this one. 3-1 draw, 11-2 is your Sheriff. This is where they could tumble out. I've gone with a 2-1 for Pilsen again. I think that's going to be ta-ta for now for Sheriff for this year. Moving forward, it'll be Dynamo Zagreb up against Ludogorets Razgrad coming at you out of Croatia. Now, these two sides played each other 5 times, 2012, 2 wins apiece and 1 draw. Of course, Zagreb, though, coming into this, 83% form for them, winning 4 of the last 5. Of course, unbeaten, though, in the last 16 games. Because of Ludogorets Razgrad side, just one win at the last 4 games. So they're 58% form for them moving forward. Last round, of course, in Zagreb was a 2-1 win for Ludogorets Razgrad. That's back in December 2013. However, Zagreb coming into this on the back of a 2-1 win over Ludogorets in the first leg. And, of course, they were the visitors on this one. Looking at the odds for this one there, 6-4 on is your Zagreb, 3-1 is your draw, 4-1 is your away win. That's Ludogorets here. Going to give it a 3-0 for Zagreb. Is it going to be enough? We'll see very soon. PSV Eindhoven up against Monaco in probably the game of the round. It's the Eredivisie up against, of course, Ligue 1. That's right. Played at the 9 times, 2003. 2 wins for PSV, 3 for Monaco, 4 draws, of course. PSV, though, unbeaten in the last 4. Pick up, of course, 3 wins and a draw to boot. 58% form. Up against the Monaco side, of course, just 1 win in 6. 40% form for them moving forward. Of course, it was a draw in Monaco last time round. Of course, that was back in 2nd of August. Of course, this time around, though, it's in PSV. Of course, Eindhoven are in action against Emmen, of course, in the Eredivisie. We're not covering that league this year. Meanwhile, Monaco are in action against Strasbourg, and again, we are covering that league. They're expected to lose that game, though, so Strasbourg are a decent side at home, of course. Looking at this game, though, this one, PSV 6-5, they're actually 13-5 is your draw, 20-10 is your away win here. Going to go with 2-1 for PSV, ascending Monaco into the Europa League, it looks like, with PSV moving forward. Rangers have got it all to do against Union St. Gilloise, of course, the surprise packages last season in the Juniper League. They come coming into this, of course, 75% form for them. Up against the Rangers side, 67% form for them, just one win in the last 3 games, of course. Meanwhile, Union Louise unbeaten in the last 7 games, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws over the last 6, and they also come into this on the back of a 2-0 win over Rangers in the first leg in Belgium, of course. Rangers are in action against Kilmarnock this coming weekend. Of course, Union Louise are in action against Mechelen, of course, in the Juniper League. The odds for this one then, shall we? We have Rangers 20-17 on for the victory, 13-5 is your draw, 65 is your away win. I've gone with the Rangers victory, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Union Louise are going to go through to the Champions League next stage. Of course, Midtjylland out of Denmark up against Benfica got it all to do to turn this bad boy around. Played each other just the one time, of course. Benfica managed by Roger Schmidt, Midtjylland managed by Henrik Jensen, of course. 50% form for Midtjylland, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. Meanwhile, Benfica, though, coming into this looking very, very good. 6 wins on the spin, of course, 100% form for them moving forward. It was a 4-1 win for Benfica in Portugal last round of back on the 2nd of August. Midtjylland are not in action until this game, I do believe. Meanwhile, Benfica are the same, of course, waiting for this game to get moving forward, I believe anyway. Let me know down below if I'm right or wrong on that. 4-1 is your Midtjylland. They are, of course, underdogs here, 20-13 on. Your Benfica, and they do have the upper hand with that first leg advantage. 3-1 is your draw here. Benfica with a 2-2, I think, to take enough. I think that'll be comfortably through to the next stage. Is Ferencváros up against Qarabağ coming at you as well. Played each other just the one time. Of course, Ferencváros 67% form for them moving forward. Just 1 defeat past 6. Up against the Qarabağ side, also 1 defeat at the past 6. 58% form for them moving on as well. It was a draw last time in Qarabağ. That's, of course, Azerbaijan. Correct me if I'm wrong. And, of course, moving on to this game, the second leg, the reverse fixture. Of course, 5-4 is your Ferencváros on this one. 11-5 is your away win. And 12-5 is your draw. Which way do you think this will go? I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the hosts here, which I think will be enough for them to squeak through to the next round. Next, of course, we have Zalgiris up against Bodo Glimt, of course, who are demolishing teams left, right and centre. Of course, at the LLF Stadium, of course, Zalgiris, 75% form, just 1 defeat to the past 6. Up against Bodo Glimt side, also 1 defeat past 6. 83% form for them moving forward. Of course, last time around it was a 5-0 win for Bodo Glimt, of course, in Norway, as of course back on the 3rd of August. And last time played in Zalgiris was a 2-2 draw back in August 2021. That was in the Europa Conference League qualification round as well. Zalgiris are in action against FK Benya, of course. Bodo Glimt against Odd, of course, we're expected to win those games as well. Looking at the odds for this one then, shall we? Zalgiris 54 for the victory, 11-8 on is your Bodo Glimt, 11-4 is your draw. They can be a little bit cautious here, but I still think they're going to win 3-1 win in the end for Bodo Glimt, because they play some sort of football, don't they? Upon Limassol coming at you out of Cyprus, up against Maccabi Haifa coming out of Israel. Of course, Limassol are managed by Alexander Zoringer of Germany. Maccabi Haifa managed by Barak Bakanyar, of course, coming out of Israel. Of course, Limassol without a win in the last 6 games, of course, 8% form. Up against the Maccabi Haifa side, 42% form for them, unbeaten in the last 3 games. Of course, Haifa with a big 4-0 win over Limassol last round. That was in Israel. This time, though, of course, it is in Cyprus. The odds for this game, though, of course, 12-5 is your Limassol, 23-20 is your Haifa, and 12-5 is your. Again, that first leg of action will play significance in this second leg, where, of course, Haifa can take it easy. Limassol will have to go for it, but I think Haifa will be too big, too strong enough for them in the end. Storm Graz against Dynamo Kiev, of course, coming at you out of Ukraine, of course, played each other 2 times, 2018, 1 win apiece. Of course, Storm Graz, though, 1 defeat past 6 games for them, 75% form for them, up against the Kiev side, who just lost once in the last 4 games, 40% form for them moving forward. Of course, last time around, it was a 1-0 win for Kiev in Kiev. This time around, of course, it was over in Austria in the second leg of this match. Looking on the odds here, 5-4 is your Sturm Graz, 12-5 is your draw, 11-5 is your away win. It's actually looking like Sturm Graz are favoured to win this game. I've gone with a 0-0 draw, which of course will be enough, I think, for Dynamo Kiev to go through to the next stages. Punjak FC against Red Star Belgrade coming at you as well on the 9th of August. Of course, Punjak Yevon, just 1 win and 4 for them, 42% form, up against the Red Star Belgrade side, winning 5 on the bounce, 83% form for them moving forward, of course. And the return of the first leg was a 5-0 win for Red Star. That was back on August the 3rd, and they come into this looking forward to this game, taking on Punjak Yevon at their stadium as well. Look at the odds for this one then, shall we? Well, we've got Punjak Yevon 6-1 for the victory, 5-2 on is your Red Star, 4-1 is your draw. I'm back in, of course, a 2-0 win for Red Star in the end. Those are my second leg scorelines, but what does that mean when you calculate the first leg actual scorelines? Of course, who actually goes through, we'll see right here right now. Victoria Pilsen with the big 4-1 win, they all go through. They're joined by Zagreb and PS Bloody V. Rangers, unfortunately, not good enough. Union St-Gilloise will go through. Rangers will tumble into the Europa League. Of course, Midtjylland are out. Benfica with a big 6-3 aggregate win as well. Ferencváros 3-1 win in the end, according to my calculations. Bodo Glimt with an 8-1 win over Zalgiris. They are there. So are Haifa, so are Dynamo Kiev, and so are Red Star Belgrade. Those are the teams that will go through to the next stages. It's not the actual group stages yet. I think there's one more, and then, of course, they can start counting up the Wonga. That's, of course, my picks. Of course, don't forget, make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell, boys. That is it. Be sure to give us some love, and of course, smash yours, of course. I'll see you soon for the next legs when, of course, they come back around. It is thick and fast right here, right now, with the qualification round, but shortly we'll be getting to those illustrious, important group stages. But until then, boys and girls, see you soon for the next one. Until then, be safe, subscribe. Until then, we're done.